Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my experience with Altice Mobile. And I'm not reviewing this Altice cellular service, Altice Mobile. Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my experience with Altice Mobile. Try again. Maybe I should write it down, Altice Mobile. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my experience with Altice Mobile. I'm not going to review this service, and you'll understand by the end of the video why I'm not. I'm just going to stick to the facts of what happened when I tried to use this service and sign up for it, and keep it very straightforward and let you come to your own conclusions. So to keep it all legal or whatever, I'm not going to deviate from anything other than what happened. I received an offer because I was part of their cable system and where I had internet service, and they offered me $20 a month for life to switch over to their Altice Mobile One service. Now, I did some research, not a lot because there isn't a lot of research out there on it, but for $20 a month I was like, let me give this a shot. Because, I had another carrier, which I'm not going to name because that will be maybe a separate video, or I just don't want to get them involved in this video. Or let's just say I had phone service already, but this was considerably cheaper. So I went ahead and ordered the SIM card, which all went very straightforward on the computer. Just went to their website, ordered it, paid for it, had it shipped to me, received it in a few days. Now once I received it, I followed the directions that were pretty straightforward on how to port my phone number to their service, which is a very common thing today to do because everyone keeps their phone number. I went through the steps of porting, followed everything, had all the correct information, and waited. And after 30 minutes, I saw the service still wasn't activated, which again is, that's kind of a short time, but still. And today, most of the time, 30 minutes is good. It was getting late in the evening. I said, okay, I'll just go to bed. It'll be working in the morning. So the next day comes, morning, no service. At this point, I'm like, what's going on here? I would have thought that was enough hours and stuff like that. So I went to contact them. Now, this is the key thing with Altice Mobile. They do not have, as of today, which is right now, it's January 2020. This all started in September of 2019. And it's still true today. They do not have a way of you to call them for any customer service issues. Phone number doesn't exist. And right away, red flags are going off like, well, I don't call my cellular company often, but here's a problem I'd like to talk to someone about, whatever. But still, again, that hook of $20 a month, I was like, well, let me give it a little time. So by later I gave it that whole day. And by the next morning, I still had no service using their SIM card. I was like, this is ridiculous at this point, because now I have no one I can call, and I have no service, and I already ported my number out, I believed, for my old carrier. So they give you this app that you have to communicate to them through. Try communicating through it, nothing. I mean, I'd send a text to them, it was kind of like a text. Nothing for like an hour. Basically, maybe I got a reply after 2 hours, but I wasn't looking anymore at that point. So I jumped on Facebook and said, everyone's on Facebook now. Sure enough, Altice Mobile's on Facebook. And I'm going through and reading a number of unhappy customers. And then I find a customer who after 9 days does not have any service. Now you got to keep in mind, he has no way of contacting them to tell them, hey, what's going on here? Fortunately enough, I live close enough to their retail store where I was able to go down there and talk to someone in person. And guess what? At their Optimum Altice Mobile or store, you know, they have all these nice phones there and everything, they can't help you. They use the same system to talk to their techs as a customer does who never gets a response back. So I was like, oh, forget it. You know, here I'm like, this guy waited 9 days. I'm not going to wait 9 days. I'm on my second and a half day. You know, it's my cell phone. I need it. So I look. I get home that evening. I pop my old carrier's SIM card in, and it works. I was like, oh, that's great. So I called them, and said I'm not going to name them because they kind of gave me misinformation, because I had asked them if they could stop my number from being ported out of their service, and they said, oh yeah, we can stop that. Turned out that wasn't true, but I'll tell you that in a minute. And I also had a suspicion with the Altice Mobile because my billing cycle was like the next day. So I called up the credit card that I had put on the automatic payment to get the lowest possible price and asked them to block any charges because I've never signed up for I never got to use the service. And they were like, they did it, no problem. So about a week goes by, mind you, okay, a week, and what do you know, my cell phone stops working. As soon as it stopped working, I knew exactly what had happened. This was a week later, they ported my number out of my carrier to their system. And what's even worse is when I still had their SIM card, when I popped it back in, it wasn't working. So now I have no way to call them. I have no service working on either carrier, and I'm stuck. So I contacted my cellular company, the old one, to see if they could pull back the number. And I explained the whole situation. They were able to pull back the number. It wasn't an easy thing. We're talking, you know, as it goes with calling these places, it is a long wait time, and then trying to get the right tech who knows what he's doing. That took some trying there, but it got done. And the fact is, I was able to call. So I got my number ported back to my old carrier, and also Altice Mobile did charge my credit card account, and it did go through. So I called up the credit card company, did an immediate chargeback, and figured, well, okay. So now what I have done is, because I knew the billing cycle and I knew how this was going, is I texted them on their app about closing my account, all the details they would need, and took screen captures with the date and time to show that I never used their service and I wanted my account closed immediately and never really activated. But sure, and I also, just so you know, I also canceled the automatic billing so that they couldn't just keep billing my credit card, because I know they would have. And I thought that would be the end of it, but I kind of knew it wouldn't. Sure enough, month goes by, never used their service, they bill me. Jump back on Facebook, complain, and a bunch of people complaining at this point. Okay, just say, I'm like, well, I'm not using the service. They can't cut me off. I'll just let it sit. Month goes by. Now, sure enough, the bill is doubled because I didn't pay the first bill, telling me this. Try calling in, cannot get them on the phone. They do not have, that department does not take phone calls. So, like I said earlier, I'm close enough to their store that I went down to their retail store, told them the whole situation. What a horrible experience that was. And not only did I have a horrible experience, but the person next to me was so upset that they threatened to call the cops on him because he was like, this service is not working, you can't help me, there's nothing we can do here, you know, and they didn't want to give him his money back because, you know, it's cellular service, the whole thing. It was horrible. Going to their location, their retail location, they could not help. So I figured, you know, I could see I was getting nowhere with this. I had my screen captures. If they had called me or threatened to take me to court, you know, unpaid whatever, I would sue them right back. I mean, it's ridiculous. So that was, at that point, they're still billing me. I'm not paying them. And they won't close my account because I got to go through the system, which they never respond back to. Altice Mobile app on your phone, your device. I'd say another month goes by, still thing. They're still trying to throw on late charges. They're doing this, all by email, of course. And I was kind of like, well, if someone calls me, I'll complain directly to them. Jump back on Facebook, do a direct message at this point. Finally get someone to close the account. Imagine, through Facebook. This is ridiculous. But they close the account, and I go, okay, well, now credit my account, you know, bring it down to zero. We can't do that. I was like, okay, well, fine. When you call me, I'll deal with it then if they're there. Well, finally, in January, you know, I remember I started in September, it looks like they woke up. Someone there with a brain looked at it, so I never used the service and just wiped the account clean. I don't know. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if in 6 months from now I get a call that, you know, you're overdue, blah, blah, blah. I still have my screen captures about when I first went to close my account to back it up in case I need to put that in play. I'm telling you, you have to deal with through the credit card company to stop them from charging you, and they'll do chargebacks for you. And the key of anyone you complain to is to just say, you can't call customer service. There's no number to call for a cellular company. I mean, just how crazy is that? So that was my experience with Altice Mobile. I hope this video helps someone in making the right decision about that service. If there's any updates after this point, I'm hoping there's not, of course. Maybe, you know, I'll jump on and make another video. But I just wanted to sum that up so you could just know the experience. And if you have any doubt in what I'm saying, just go to their Facebook page. You'll find very quickly people who had the same experience, if not worse than I did, about not being able to call them, not having any out if there's any kind of problem. Sure, if you get it, it works fine, then to you it's good. Okay, well, I just thank you for watching my video. If you do me a favor and like the video, please hit the thumbs up button and have a good night. Thank you.